It's Rich with Richbound Photography, Sacramento, California. How are you? It's May 10th, 2016. This year is flying by. I don't know about you, but it's been a very good year for Richbound Photography. And I am happy to do another tutorial. And this is similar to several I've done already, but it's going to be a little more in depth. And we're going to try and help you to understand what masking in some ambient will do to a lit frame and to help it make it look better. And if you're not doing using lights, this isn't going to really help you, but it is going to hopefully show you that it's easy to use lights. It is going to bring your photos to the next level. I promise you. I'm not trying to knock HDR or anything else, but you're probably not going to see HDR in Architectural Digest or whatever you aspire to. And these video tutorials are for photographers that are working real estate photographers that want to aspire to shoot better, shoot smarter, shoot faster, and make more money, move up. You don't want to be shooting real estate forever, unless you do. It's pretty easy to shoot real estate, and some of you are struggling with basic things, but I think we can really help you here. Anyway, so I'm going to go right into this shot. We have I think, a good looking shot. It's a normal house, nothing special, but that's what I want. I want something to show you that is what we all deal with every day. And we sometimes have nicer houses, and we certainly have houses that aren't as nice. This has some nice aspects to it. It has a fairly decent window. It's as much as I want to show. It was foggy out there that day, so it's good. And I want to go on and show you how I did this. And there's some things I might fix with this, like that shadow there. But anyway, let me go on. So I'm going to start with, I'm going to show you the lit shot with a little diagram here. I'm really moving up to a little more polished videos, but this is just the beginning. And we are going to start doing some live on-site real estate shoots with behind the scenes lighting and all the good stuff. So anyway, let's just start with this one. This is shot with the Sony a6000 with the Sanyang, which is the same as the Rokinon 12 millimeter, which equals 18 millimeters on a full frame, because the Sony a6000 is a crop sensor. We're doing ISO 320 because I don't like to bring this camera up more than 320, because the ISO performance on the A6000 kind of sucks. So that's another story. F8 with this lens will give me everything in focus at infinity. The lens is set to infinity, everything in focus from 3 feet to infinity. So I never have to focus this lens. It's a great lens. No distortion. This did not have any barrel distortion fix or anything. So it's f8 and 1/60th of a second, which allowed me to get a good window shot. Not great. I don't need to go more than this because there's not much out there to see. I'm happy with it. It just blends in nicely. We have some good parts of this shot, which are crispness. The lights are well exposed. Everything's nice and crisp and sharp. Look at that. Nice and sharp and nice and sharp and nice and, come on, get out of there. Anyway, but we have some things I don't like. I don't like the light looking like it's coming from this direction, and the shadows here. The light looks like it's coming from the camera, not from the window where it should be. We have shadows under here. We have shadows under here. We have shadows on the walls. Anyway, so those are the bad parts. There are some really good parts. Now, we're going to go with the ambient shot. I'm shot at same thing, ISO 320. F8, you never change the aperture if you're going to do a composite, because it won't fit together. And I do 1/3 of a second exposure. So I dragged it out a little bit, but you can see here that it kind of fits the ambient shot very well. You can see similar exposures, the parts that I'm going to mask in. So it's not that drastically different. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to now go away from these shots with these printing on them, and I'm going to go to the lit shot, and I'm going to go right out of camera and show you. And the other one, the ambient shot, right out of camera, I'm going to show you. First, I'm going to start with the ambient shot. So the only thing I'm going to really do, oh, this is not out of camera. The only thing I'm going to do with the ambient shot is to bring the, oops, I'm going to bring the highlights down. Didn't do much on this. And then with the lit shot, I'm going to go to my go-to preset. It's a one that I made. You can't buy this, but you can certainly copy it and steal it. Rich Bombs, Real Estate Full Bump, or what I call my special sauce. So I've got it there. Okay. Looking good here. And I've got a little bit more exposure, 10%, plus 10, not 10%, tenth of a stop. And I'm going to go look at this one now. Hold on a second. I'm getting all confused. Okay. We're going to go with my special sauce. Eliminate what I just said. Full bump. Okay. And I'm going to give it a little more exposure. There we go. So you can see here I'm up about a half a stop from my in-camera, straight out of camera. We got that. And then we got the ambient shot. And if you go back and forth between the two, they're going to fit pretty well together. I'm actually going to brighten up this lit shot a little more. Okay, so we're close to 3/4 of a stop above what was in camera. But you can see. Okay, so I'm compared the two. I'm happy. Now, let's go ahead and right-click this. Edit in. Come on. Edit in layers as layers in Photoshop. Okay, and this is where I take a sip of something, but I don't have anything, so I'm not going to take a sip. And then, by the way, I stole that from a guy who does drone reviews and fixes called The Kitchen Table. He always has a glass of wine or a cup of coffee. Anyway, so I stole that. So no need to give me any letters on that. So, okay, both those images are now as layers in Photoshop. I'm going to start with the ambient shot on top, which is what I want. The lit shot on bottom. The ambient shot is highlighted. Okay, so we're going to go, as always, add a layer mask. I'm going to hold down the Option key on a Mac, Alt key on a PC. Someday I'm going to stop saying that because hopefully you all know that. Anyway, here we go. Okay, now I'm going to go into my paintbrush, and I've got a soft brush there with no hardness. I'm going to go here and make sure it's on white. Hold on. I'm going to do, okay, cancel. Do click X, and I'm going to make it white so I can paint in, I can mask in the ambient shot. I'm down to 5% flow, which you can go anywhere between 3% and 5%. You can do anything you want, but I recommend if you're really going to do this, and especially if you're learning how to do this, the easiest way to make everything kind of blend together is 3% opacity. I'm sorry, 3% flow, 100% opacity. You'll see it right there. 5% is a little fast, and it seems like not much, but it really is. Okay, so let's break this down into sections. I'm going to zoom in here, a couple of clicks, and I'm going to start with, let's start right here with this table. So I'm going to make my paintbrush big, and I'm going to start. Again, I'm at 5% flow. Opacity is 100%. And one more thing I want to do is over here, I'm over here now. Let's go to luminosity mask. So basically it will mask in the lighting, the exposure values, the luminosity, but it won't bring in all the colors of the ambient, because if we go back here, we can see there are different colors here. Look at this right here. I have a lamp you can't see here. Tungsten, it's bringing it all orange. I don't want that, but I like the shadows. So this is that. This is the lit shot. So I'm going to go a luminosity mask. I'm in Lightroom now. I went back there just to see. So I'm going back to Photoshop. And right here now. So I've got a luminosity mask that is right over here at the bottom. Normally we would be at normal. We're going to luminosity. There we go. Okay. This is a little slow. This is really geared for people just getting into this. So anyway, bear with me. So again, I'm at 5% flow, opacity 100%, white paintbrush, and soft brush. Okay, there we go. So watch this. Bada boom. Man, what that took about 8 seconds. Look at the difference. I love it. Now, you can surely see the advantage to doing that. That really, right there. Whoops, let me go one larger. One larger. Whoops. Okay, here. Apologize. Let's just look at it. It just takes away what it's looking like you're lighting. See, my flash is above here, so the light is bouncing off the ceiling, coming straight down here, and it's showing this. This table is a good example. There's light going through the table like here, and we got to get rid of that. It's not acceptable. Well, it's acceptable, but you know what? No reason to have that when it's so easy to do this. So the ambient shot took that out. Again, I'm going back to Lightroom. I'm going to show you here is the lit shot, and here is the ambient shot. And you can see that the carpet is almost similar values. So it's easy to mask in. Anyway, going back to Photoshop. There we go. That was for under the table. Really quick. Okay, let me bring this up a little bit. I just want to take care of a little bit of light on this couch right here. So again, 5% flow, 100% opacity, same thing. We're white painting in. Soft brush right there. Look at that. Okay. Now, let's look at the comparison. I think that's a big difference. Everything I do is subtle, though. Or at least what I try and do is subtle. Okay, now, let's go to the pillows. Little bit of, oh, look at that. Just easy, nothing big. A little bit here, a little on here. Look at that. What's the difference? It's bringing the light direction of the ambient, which is coming from the natural direction. So that's what we strive for. If you feel, sorry I did that. If you feel that this is too much, you're taking away too much of the lit shot, you can keep it here and just click X. Watch the white box here. It's going from painting in the ambient to taking away. We could actually just go in here and lose a little bit of what we did. Keep the shadows. I mean, you could go as far as you want with this. Okay, but you can see now. Sweet, huh? I love the shadows here. That's a big deal to me. I hope it means something to you. Okay, next spot. Let's go over here to this lamp. I'm going to go one click tighter. Now the exposure here is really good. And we want to get rid of this shadow. Going back to show you the ambient shot. We can actually do it here. Nope, we can't do it here. I'm going to go here and show you the ambient shot. This is the lit shot. And what we want to do here is we want to use this here. Nice. Okay, so we're going to go back to the Photoshop. We're going to go here and we're going to paint this out. Oops, I'm on black, so always make sure you're on white to paint in. Click X on the keyboard and it goes back to white, paint in. So let's go here. Look how easy that is. There we go. Okay. It's pretty good. Now I'm going to click X right here and I'm going to enlarge it a little bit. And I'm just going to erase some of the ambient I masked in because this light is pretty darn nice. There we go. Okay, great. Now, what's next on our agenda? Let's go over here to the obvious issues. Oh, here's a good one. Look what we have here. What's that? Ceiling fan. Okay, so we're going back to, I'm clicking X to go back to paint. Sometimes you just got to remember where you were. And let's go here. Look at that. Okay. Soft. Now, 5% is good. I'm going to go backwards. If I did 3%, it's actually going to be a little more controllable. There we go. So you don't need much. You want to keep this real subtle. There we go. Okay. I'm going to keep it at 3% because I don't really think we need more than that. Now, watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go back to Lightroom to show you what I want to bring in. Okay, we're going to the ambient shot. Look at all the natural light coming in here. It's brighter where the windows are. Brighter where the windows are here. Now, that's a little too extreme right here, but we go back to Photoshop, go out here. I'm actually going to go further out. And I'm going to go, this is where you really don't want more than 3% flow. Nice, big, soft brush. Look at this. A little over here. Hold on. Okay, soft, easy. Oh, I want to show you another thing too. I'm going to back up here. Back one step. You can see right here that I have a flash in this kitchen over here. And you can see the spill coming through here. Right there. It's not bad and it's not much, but it is there. So what I want to do here is to just easily mask that out. And the ambience can allow me to do that. There we go. Sweet, huh? Yeah. Nice. If I do say so myself. So I'm going to give a little more ambient there. There we go. A little more there. Okay. Now, so far we got rid of our issues. I dealt with under the table. I dealt with the arm of the chair. I've got a little more directional light there. I've got no more shadow there. I've got light on top of here. So let's go back and just compare the two. It is subtle, but I think once you start identifying it, it's great and it really helps. And these can help with issues like this shadow here. Could easily be a ceiling fan shadow, which you could easily fix it the same way. But if you've watched my other videos, you know that. Okay, one area I want to just come up now with is just right in here. Okay, I'm going to make this a little smaller. Again, we're at 3%, which is important for this kind of stuff. I'm going to now bring in a little bit of ambience. Right there. Okay, a little bit of ambient there. I don't mind that. I like the crispness there. A little bit of ambience there. See, kind of took that shadow. Look at it before and after what I just did. Okay, now let's go here. Bring in here just a little bit of it. And this is really just painting in ambient. And I think it's a great way of maintaining a crisp shot from lighting and utilizing the ambient to fix and help with issues. Okay. You know, I'm going to go back and do X here. Watch my black is coming in now. I'm just going to erase this a little bit. And then you can go back and forth and make it exactly what you want. And I'm going to paint a little more in here. Okay. So anyway, I think we're done here. I'm going to actually bring a little bit of ambient in there. Get rid of some of this hot spot. Look at them. Bringing in nice shadows from the floor. The legs of the table. These are natural shadows. This is what you got. Now I got a shadow right here, which I don't know where that's coming from. Okay. Anyway, I can't fix that. I don't think I can. Let me go put black in here. Nope. So I'm going to live with this the way it is, right there. Anyway, I hope this helped you. Feel free to leave messages. And We have other tutorials which will show you how to deal with shine on the floor like this, although this doesn't really bother me. If we were to put a flash up here, blasting the ceiling, this is going to be a nice shot for the floor. But that's another tutorial. Anyway, thank you very much for putting up with this amount of time. Honestly, I really appreciate all your feedback. I've been overwhelmed by messages and the kindness of people. And we're going to try and bring this into a more produced presentation and do some live videos where we show lighting and maybe an ongoing series. We're not sure yet what it's going to be, but really have enjoyed it. And as always, the bottom line is I enjoy helping people get aha moments. And when you realize things that you can do, it makes your day faster, better, but it's really going to take you to start shooting better and more just higher end listings, higher end commercial work. And you're going to get to be where you want to be. And how great is it to be able to make a living shooting pictures? I can't tell you how happy I am at the moment. But thank you very much. Rich Baum Photography, Sacramento, California, signing off. Be sure to leave a comment or a request, any changes or things. Just try and give me a thumbs up. If you've got to give me a thumbs down, give it. But I can't do anything about that. I'm just a guy, not a Photoshop pro, just a guy trying to share some tips and tricks that I've learned over the last 5, 6 years. Talk to you later. Bye.